My name is Wayne Shelton. I'm the Director of Campus Sustainability and Environmental Safety. I'm also a member of the COVID-19 Task Force. Today we'll be talking about a number of the changes that are going to be occurring across the campus and things that each of us can do to help keep the campus community and ourselves safe. Among the steps that the campus has been taking includes the process of de-densifying classrooms, finding ways to reduce the number of people sitting in the classroom and providing adequate spacing of a minimum of 6 feet. So we've worked through the layouts, the floor plans of classrooms, meeting spaces around various buildings, and we've come up with designs that have identified where students can sit in order to participate in the classroom safely when they are on campus. Another thing that we've worked on is reconfiguring, modifying office spaces. So that might entail the process of changing the schedule for some people working on campus. That includes separating or spacing out working locations in office spaces. It also includes the use of barriers, we might call them sneeze guards, to create an interface, a separation between people who visit those office spaces and the individuals who are providing the services. We'll be placing directional signage around the campus, both on the wall and on the floor. That directional signage might say, "Please wait here." It might say, "Please do not enter, wait for service." It might say, "Please walk in this direction." So in some cases, this refers to stairwells, which may be designated for upward travel or downward travel. And it may simply be a way to route people through an office space that has multiple entrances. So you simply enter on one side, exit on the other. All intended to, again, maximize the space between individuals, minimize traffic flowing in opposite directions. Another type of process that we've done is we've made some adjustments to restrooms. Restrooms will include safety signage, but they will also have sinks blocked off, covered, so that there is a spacing between the sink that ordinarily would be next to you and the next user of that sink. Things like wall-mounted urinals will be covered up as well, again, to provide that adequate spacing in those particular areas. Lounge areas generally have been removed. We do have a few areas where seating is still spaced sufficiently that it is a acceptable environment. But many of the lounge areas have been taken offline or will have signage that they're no longer in use. We are also providing personal protective equipment and cleaning supplies to the office spaces, the faculty and staff, and the students ultimately. The PPE that's going to be provided, generally speaking, is going to be masks, and then in some cases, gloves are to be worn. That fortunately, there's not too many areas that require gloves, but those are being provided where they're needed. And the cleaning supplies are also being provided both to the office spaces and to the classrooms. So there'll be a general delivery that's coming out. That delivery will include a list of what those supplies are for each area, and general instructions will be provided both with the supplies, and also there'll be a video instruction available for individuals in there to maintain their areas as they see fit. So the Office of Campus Sustainability and Environmental Safety is happy to work with anyone that wants us to look at their space for the purpose of having a good understanding of what the best setup is, how to maintain it best, and any other questions that they may have. Please use the online work order system through Physical Plant in order to provide those requests. One of the things that this office will be providing is resources for housing and residence life. In particular, that group will need some guidance on maintaining their shared space, how to maintain their bathrooms, how to avoid interacting with others in their shared space. Preferably the shared space is a unoccupied zone in those areas. So those types of resources will be put out both in writing and also as video. In addition, off-campus housing will get a similar set of information, giving them some guidance as to not only how to maintain, but also discussing some of the resources that are available in general for individuals who are sick, who are concerned that they might need to be tested. And if that is in fact the case, then they'll be given guidance on next steps. In addition to that, a series of training modules and videos are planned. They will be developed. Those particular modules will be housed in the Informed webpage. So any of us can access them at any time. But there's likely to be some modules that are required for each of us to participate in. And those modules will include very important things that relate to working on campus and also generally maintaining our health. Students and employees will all be provided a kit that includes a thermometer, a safety key, which is a device used to open doors without physically touching them, or push keyboards as in an elevator button and so on. So that'll be provided. Hand sanitizer, which will be able to be refilled. Face mask, which includes both the washable face masks and access points around the campus to pick up potentially a disposable face mask on an as-needed basis. Students, faculty, and staff are all expected to screen via the SU mobile app that's being developed before coming to campus. In that process, we will have access to technology to report our existing conditions. And if we have any issues, they will be forwarded to the appropriate individual to respond. For anyone who does not have access to technology, including a thermometer, or would prefer for other reasons that we have an in-person screening, we're going to be providing locations for that process. We will be limiting the number of visitors to campus in general this fall, but we will have screening locations and protocols for those visitors when they arrive. Visitors will be required to display a visitor pass, just as students and employees will be expected to display their ID. The purpose of the ID is to make sure each of us has gone through a screening process and is just for the safety of everyone on the campus, not only our staff, but also our community. In accordance with the University System of Maryland policy, whenever we enter a state building, we are expected to wear masks, except when we are in a private office or if we might be in a private dorm room. It's important to remember that we share responsibility to wear a mask, remain physically distant as much as possible, and to practice safe behavior both on and off campus. These choices do make a difference.